Cheating. Let's talk about it. I have personally never cheated in my life. I've never kissed somebody while I was in a relationship, had sex with anybody while I was in a relationship. Don't get me wrong, I have been a little bit messy, but I'm a human. It is what it is, right? Recently, I had somebody ask me a question regarding cheating, specifically within the context of what should I do if I found out my partner is cheating on me and they don't know yet? And I said to them, honestly, I would just leave because realistically, I'm sure that's what all of us would do, right? Most of us would immediately leave our partner. You few in angelic souls who would sit there in the face of infidelity, truly a gift to this world, and you are much more than we deserve. I started to ask myself about the question, right? And it got me into the thought process of like, why would someone even cheat to begin with? And then it made me think about all the different types of way you can cheat or get cheated on. And it took me down a weird rabbit hole because I kept thinking to myself, why are some people so inclined to do so? Like, because when you think about it, right, cheating in a general sense is obviously frowned upon in our society. It's not something that's like people are like, yay, good job. I can't believe you cheated. That's so, I'm so proud of you. Like, that's not something that happens, right? And it makes you sit there and think like there are people who do this consistently, have cheated on multiple partners, have been able to break the hearts of hundreds of people, even, right? And today, that's what we're going to be talking about, I guess. No, yeah. Today, I kind of want to dive into the concept of cheating, why people potentially cheat, and what I think about cheating, I guess, as a whole. So, if you're new, my name is CJ, and I talk about things that I think are important on the internet so that people will have a little bit of a step forward with their emotional intelligence, and those who feel lost can potentially have some place to come find some reprieve. So, without further ado, let's get into the topic. First, we're going to talk about my personal thoughts on cheating. So, like I said in the beginning, I've never been cheated on. But I say that because I have never found any true evidence of me being cheated on. I will admit, there are some moments where I really sat there and I was like, this person is probably cheating on me. Or some random, picture or something like that comes to light and I'm like, okay. So they may be cheating on me. Like I've had things happen where that thought process starts to bubble up, but I've never actually sat there and like gone to look for the evidence of it, right? And now that's particularly just because of who I am as a person. Um, I am somebody who I would rather get the whole story first, right? Go to my partner, sit down, have a conversation. Hey, listen, you know, uh, I saw some pictures, heard some things from some people. I think we should talk about this, right? Yeah, I definitely cheated on you. Wait, what? But yeah, I've never sought out any information regarding it, mostly because also I want to be able to trust my partner. And I feel like the moment that trust is broken, it will be irreparable, right? I'm somebody whose trust is very not fragile, but like I'm just one of those people who I feel as though I've given you so many chances up to this point right now to tell me the truth about whatever it is that has been done. And I think that the idea that you wouldn't allow me the option to feel what I want to feel and to remove the autonomy of my own emotions in a moment like that where I should be the one to get to judge is something that I can't. I'm not very good at forgiving for that, right? So I just personally could not go back to my partner if they cheated. And that's just me. And that's not a diss, like I said, to any person who has gone back with their partner to cheat. I'm sure a lot of you, or you specifically, yes, you, I'm sure you yourself potentially may have gotten cheated on. And that's not the end of the world, all right? And if you took that person back, that's also not the end of the world. My thing is just personally, I think to maintain the level of separate Ah. To maintain the level of self-respect that I think I deserve, at the very least for myself, I just think that that's one of those major boundaries slash principles in a general sense that I use while dating, because I just think it would do irreparable damage to me, unnecessarily so, because I can easily just make that choice to walk away. I think the question of why people cheat is, it's a complex answer, obviously, and I don't think a simple 15-minute video will ever fully get into the true nuance of what it means for someone to get to the point of cheating. But I'm going to try to sum it up as best I can, at least within my own thoughts. And that basically just starts from the place of it starts inside. It starts inside the person. You know what I mean? I don't think that people cheat. I think that they're actually, no. While yes, it does start inside the person. Okay, sorry. Rewind. Make that edit good. Don't just let it play there and make me look stupid. Don't do that, please. No, please. Please edit it, please. Cheating is usually a projection, right? It's a projected action. Like when you project your insecurities onto somebody else and you end up like looking at the faults within them instead of looking internally first. Things like that. I think cheating is one of those things that occurs that way. Not all the time, obviously. There are people who cheat because their partner is not providing them with some level of emotional, physical, mental stimulation, support, understanding, reciprocity. It's not being supplied, and in some capacity that person has gone to seek that out in another person, breaking the confines slash rules slash boundaries of whatever it is that they have with said person. I don't think there's ever a justified reason for cheating. I don't think you can ever truly justify it. And again, this is all my own opinion. In my eyes, you just can't sit there and tell me that cheating is something that shouldn't be forgiven, but can never be justified in the capacity of there was a logical reasoning as to why you did this. Because at the end of the day, right, someone is always going to get hurt in the process of cheating. There is no benefit to cheating, right? It's not like you can cheat and then something magically gets better within your relationship, right? And cheating is not a singular mistake either, right? Cheating is a consecutive series of mistakes, 50 mistakes, 60 mistakes in a row that ultimately leads you to a place where you commit the final egregious act of actually indulging in whatever physical, emotional cheating that you do with said person, right? Because think about it this way. In the most common way, physical cheating, sleeping with somebody else, kissing somebody else for some of us, certain physical intimacy boundaries of just like, maybe it's, I don't know, sitting on somebody's lap or, cuddling with them in a bed, even though it may not necessarily be inherently sexual. There are some people who just have the physical boundaries of it. They don't want their partner to be that close in proximity with another person. But yeah, it's just a bunch of mistakes. It's a bunch of mistakes in a row that led you up to the point, right? Because it's not you meet somebody off the street and then immediately you just cheat. It's like you meet somebody off the street or you get to know somebody, you get somebody's number, Instagram, you meet them, right? You start to confide in them, maybe emotionally cheating with them, not talking to your partner about certain things, but being able to talk to this other person about certain things, right? And then eventually as time grows, maybe you guys start trauma bonding. Maybe you guys start, getting invested in each other's emotional lives, making sure that the other person is good, developing a sense of potential animosity to, the other person's partner. You don't even know them. You're just going based off the thing that they said, right? And eventually maybe you guys link up. On the way there, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to meet some guy. You're justifying it with all these random reasons in your head. You feel me? And eventually you get to the house. They're in the room. You see them there. Emotions are spilling everywhere. Rationality has already gone out the window because now you're here in the person's crib. You're sitting there, right? You can easily just walk out the door and be like, no, I'm not going to do this. And you would have committed no act that could not be forgiven at that point. right? But then you get there, you sit down, you get comfortable. Guys start talking, you start touching, whatever, right? Pants come off, shirt comes off, clothes come off. Coitus occurs and it just happens. And then at that point, you've already passed about 10 steps in where you are now too far in. Maybe. That's just, again, sorry. Okay. I projected on that one. That's me personally. I feel like if you get to the crib already, you're done. That's just me. But until you actually engage in the act, like, you can always take it back. You can always stop what you're doing and go and apologize for what it is that you're going to do. And then say, hey, I don't think this is working out. I think we should break up. I think that we should see other people. Or I think we should take a break. Something before you actually commit the act. You have so many options back to back to back in which you can stop yourself from doing that I just think if you cared 100% about the other person or being with the other person, or that the consequence of whatever it was that you're going to do, like, if you cared about it being that you might lose this person, you wouldn't do it. Just saying. I just feel like you wouldn't do it. That's just me. That's just me, though. And I'm sure you and maybe some others out there can probably resonate with that. I know especially like within high school, a lot of cheating and things of that nature occur for the first time. And then we get that whole ideology for, mostly men, but women too, where it's like that one girl in high school broke my heart and now I can never love the same way again. And then he just goes out there hurting all these different people, committing egregious acts because he can't get over little Sarah or whatever the case is that he met in sophomore year. Your frontal lobe isn't even fully cooked yet, my guy. Like, you have so much more to learn. The jump between 16 years old and 24 years old now, like, I'm almost an entirely different person. Granted, COVID happened and everything too, but I'm literally an entirely different person. My 16-year-old self would look at me and be like, what the hell happened? You look so tired. Is that bags under your eyes? Nigga, what happened? I just think there's a lot of things that can be done if you are thinking with a conscientious heart and, using empathy when handling situations regarding your partner and the negative things that they may do. I just think once you do that, you'll always be able to restore yourself to a place where you can think rationally, create the boundaries necessary, and ultimately leave them if you really need to. Which, at the end of the day, is not the end of the world. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I wish that I could make more videos. I don't have as much time as I wish I did, but I'm trying my best. But definitely click that like button, subscribe if you've made it this far at this point, and let me know if you guys have any cheating stories that you're willing to share, right, that we could talk about. Maybe in another video, maybe on my TikTok, maybe on my Instagram. Who knows? Yeah, thank you so much. Ultimately, we often decide whether or not to justify our actions in a way that holds us accountable or projects onto other people. That's usually the bottom line. When you are able to hold yourself accountable and say to yourself, well, I fucked up, and whatever consequences occur as a result, I'm just going to have to deal with them. When you're able to sit in a space like that and actively work on the things that, you can work on for yourself, whether that's, you yourself are projecting outwardly, whether it's an insecurity with yourself or an insecurity with the way that a partner treats you, the inability maybe to have a certain level of commitment that's required of you, or you're just afraid of potentially letting down your partner and you get that like decision paralysis type of deal. I think that at the end of the day, as long as you're able to put yourself back within that space of like, let's try to hold accountability for ourselves, I don't really see how you can necessarily go wrong at that point. You know what I mean? For those of you who go out and cheat on your partners and make them feel like a piece of shit, I hope your side of the pillow is extremely warm tonight, and that every single soda that you drink is flat. Nothing more than that. I just think that everybody needs to go their own way, and when that kind of situation happens, everybody go their own way and figure out what they need to do for themselves. If they're able to reconvene at another point and talk about things, then that's great. If not, then I don't think it's the end of the world that people break up. I think that it's probably a necessary, integral part of growth, self-growth, emotional growth, to experience rejection, to experience a little bit of embarrassment and shame. These are the things that help, you know. Sorry, that was a crazy motion that I did. Damn it. I don't know. I'm just making videos just to make videos. I'm trying to get too philosophical with it in this moment in time, and it's not really clicking the way I wanted to click. Basically, just don't cheat. Just don't cheat. It's really not that hard, honestly. Like, you really just have to care about the other person. You just have to worry about whether or not you yourself is capable of being accountable for the things that you're doing. There's no need for you to sit here and blame other people for the fact that you cheat. Nobody makes anybody else cheat. You choose to cheat on your own. And if you can't recognize that, well, you're just maybe not meant to be in a relationship. And that's just the truth. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, I have plenty of other videos. Why don't you go check one of those out? Yeah, that's all I got for you. See you in the next one, Sages. Deuces.